Hello! My name is Meerah, and I am a Lorekeeper in one of Yogg-Sothoth's libraries, and today I wanted to talk about the great old one, Bokrug. Bokrug first appears in the short story The Doom That Came to Sarnath, written in 1919 by H.P. Lovecraft and published in 1920. He is also known as the Great Water Lizard and is described as, you guessed it, a giant lizard. Bokrug is believed to be relatively benevolent. Much like Yig, his wrath is indeed terrible should you incur it, though it may take 1,000 years for his victims to feel that wrath. Bokrug resides in a lake called Thuum'ha that borders the settlement of Ib and the city of Sarnath in the land of Nar. Not much is known about Nar aside from it having a river named Ai that runs through it, and that there are settlements called Thra, Ilarnek, Petathiron, Sarnath, and Ib that were built along its banks. Some believe it's located in the Dreamlands, while others believed it was once located in modern-day Saudi Arabia. To understand Bokrug, I need to elaborate on the inhabitants of Nar at the time of the events of the story The Doom of Sarnath. The city of Sarnath was a human settlement, while the land of Ib is the home of the Thuum'ha, also called the Ibians or the beings of Ib. The ancient stone city of Ib, built on the banks of Bokrug's Lake Thun, was thought to be as old as the lake itself. The Thuum'ha are an amphibian-like species that share a lot of similarities with the deep ones, though they seem to be a lot more docile and peaceful and more frog-like rather than fish-like. They worshipped Bokrug and carved statues and idols of him. In some versions of their mythology, they are from the moon. The humans of Sarnath are actually the ones who gave the residents of Ib their name Thuum'ha, which means voiceless ones, allegedly, because they don't speak. It would also be the humans of Sarnath who caused Bokrug to wake from his peaceful slumber. The humans found the existence of the Ibians to be offensive because they were hideous in appearance. And so they massacred the Thuum'ha people, stole their deity idol, and destroyed the city around 7000 BC. Frickin' humans! Why all the genocide humans? Why? Anyway, Sarnath was known for its beauty, and for 1,000 years after their horrible crime against nature, it continued to grow. It is described as having palaces, gardens, vast temples, towering spires, and paved streets. Some say that the humans of Sarnath built their city on the ruins of Ib, while others say that the two cities existed at the same time on different banks of the lake, at least up until the humans of Sarnath wiped out the Thuum'ha of Ib. However, their murderous sin would come back to bite them, because it took Bokrug 1,000 years to wake up and exact his revenge. On the 1,000-year anniversary of the destruction of the stone city of Ib, the lake rose, and Bokrug slowly transformed the humans of Sarnath into the likeness of those they hated, the Thuum'ha. A day later, nothing would remain of that great city and its residents. The land it was built on reduced to a muddy plain. It was never resettled, except perhaps by water lizards. The ruins of Ib, however, would slowly become recolonized by the Thuum'ha. This is what takes place during the events of Lovecraft's short story, which I will provide a link for in the description of where you can read it yourself. In the expanded mythos, writer Brian Lumley includes Bokrug in The Sister City, written in 1967, and Beneath the Moors, but has reimagined him into an entire race rather than a single deity. According to Lumley, the Bokrug are very similar to Deep Ones and have set themselves up as the ruling race over the Thuum'ha. They originally colonized parts of Earth in ancient times. They are described as having a life cycle where they send their children up to the surface to be raised by humans, but that around puberty the Bokrug would start mutating and developing their amphibious characteristics before returning to the sea, exactly like the Deep Ones. Except in this rendition they're more lizard-like than frog-like or fish-like. And that's about it. Bokrug is a lizard boy that is very protective of his people, the Thuum'ha, and I quite like him. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I hope to see you next time here in the library.